Is Vernon really a smart place to buy in 2026? Or is it just a cheaper alternative to Kelowna? Well, the answer isn't just yes or no. It really depends on who you are and why you're buying. Over the last few years, Vernon's gone through the same ups and downs as the rest of the Okanagan. Rising prices, higher interest rates, and now a market that's cooled and stabilized. So heading into 2026, buyers are starting to ask a different question. It's not how high will prices go, but is it a smart, safe place to buy long term? Right now, Vernon is sitting in a much more stable market than the peak years. We're seeing more listings, less competition, and prices that have stabilized instead of jumping month over month. This matters because more balanced markets generally favor buyers. You have more options, less competition, and far less pressure to make a rushed decision. One of Vernon's biggest advantages in 2026 is still affordability, especially when you compare it to markets like Kelowna. In many cases, for the same budget, you can get a bigger lot, a single family home instead of a townhouse, or simply a newer home with a more functional property. For buyers who've been priced out of Kelowna or just don't want to stretch themselves financially, Vernon still represents strong value. Another big factor heading into 2026 is the borrowing conditions. As interest rates have started to stabilize, this makes monthly payments much more predictable and actually helps buyers be able to plan long term. When you combine more reasonable borrowing costs with a more stable market, it creates a window for buyers where making a purchase feels less risky and more calculated. So who is Vernon a smart buy for? If you're a first-time home buyer, Vernon can make a lot of sense for 2026. Less competition means fewer bidding wars, more conditions, and more time to think. That can be huge, especially when you're buying your first home. For families, Vernon offers space, quieter neighborhoods, a slower pace of life without giving up amenities, access to the lakes, and schools. If you're a long-term buyer or an investor who's planning to hold a home for 5, 10, even 15 years, Vernon's steady growth can be a huge positive. It may not be explosive, but it's predictable, and predictability matters in the real estate market. Now, Vernon may not be ideal if your goal is short-term gains or flipping. Vernon's growth is expected to be modest and not rapid, so if short-term gains are your goal, this may not be the market for that strategy. So is Vernon a smart buy in 2026? Well, for the right buyer, yes. Not because it's the hottest market in BC, but because it offers stability, relative affordability, and a lifestyle that people are actively choosing. Sometimes the smartest decision isn't the one that grows the fastest, but rather one that fits your life and your long-term plan. So if you're trying to decide whether or not Vernon is the right fit for you, or you're comparing it to other communities around the Okanagan, that's something I help buyers with every single day. So please feel free to reach out with any questions you have because I'm always happy to chat. Thanks for watching, and let me know down in the comments if you think that Vernon is a smart buy in 2026.